Hello everyone! Today I'm going to cover about a type of starseed that not many people have talked about, the Elohim Starseed. Now this starseed group is very rare. Only about 1% of them are incarnated on Earth currently within the starseed population, not human population. So that means they're really rare. Elohims are extra-dimensional beings residing in the 13th dimension. They are the creator or co-creators of planets, star systems, and galaxies in the universe. As you know, the universe itself at the beginning was a void of black space until the Elohim started creating life. They were creators of many beings or races, including the Lyran race, as I saw a vision of the 13 Elohim in a council surrounding a huge, I don't know what that is, but it looks like a dimensional sphere or orb. But they were in an extra-dimensional realm above the universe before galaxies were even formed. The earliest Elohims have no genders. I would consider them genderless or non-binary, until they first created the feminine, which later the masculine came. At first, they created the Lyrans, and tasks were assigned to the Lyrans to help co-create the galaxies and help other star systems such as the Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans. I know Andromedan belongs to the Andromeda galaxy, but galaxies were still not formed at that time. What I know is, Lyrans were also like the messengers of Elohims, as they were residing on the 12th dimension. So they were very connected to them. So Elohims are insanely old souls. They exist before the universe was created. I mentioned that Lyrans were one of the oldest starseeds in the group, but Elohims take the cake so far. Many Elohims were assigned in different star systems to partake in the creations of solar systems and planets around them. As the galaxy starts to become enriched with life, I see more of them visit the star system and planets directly. They would give blessings and show their love towards all life forms while visiting. They usually appear in a beautiful, radiant goddess form, as the universe was still divine feminine. That's why it's paradise, it's heaven. There were no competition, no pride, no intention to control, but just be in a vibration of harmony and love. Everything was easy. Now I talked about that in the masculine versus feminine energy. Well, this was all good until the Great Divide and Split, which led to the Galactic Wars. And from there, we fall into million years of darkness. The entire consciousness was wounded, stuck in shadow and trapped. We all had to incarnate in the lower realms or the hell realms to heal and navigate and overcome our shadow for a while. Then, many of us incarnate to Earth to find the balance between the light and dark, between our light and shadows. Once we can find peace between the two, we can finally go home again. I'm also getting another answer, and I want you guys to learn to discern what's right for you, because we all have our own truths. It's also not we have to bring our shadow out to the light. It's more like we shouldn't let it drag us down. Like constantly we feel that our wounds are dragging us below in sorrow, grief, pain, suffering, all these negative emotions. But we can always get out. So it's not just Earth that experienced this great descent of dimension, but all the galactics did. Except Earth was sort of falling behind. So I see that the dragons were also part of the co-creators along the Elohims. The dragons were very benevolent. they can't stop stressing it out. It was not them. It was indeed the fallen ones from Draco, which have lost their wings, but the Draco was influenced by other dimension, by beings from the negative dimension that is not from this universe. But this is another topic at another time. Elohim Starseeds can travel instantly to anywhere in the universe, and since they reside in a very high dimension, no beings can see them or even feel their presence. Since they can exist anywhere in the universe at any time, they are known to be omnipresent. The role of Elohims are to maintain stability of all life forms and creation that they have created. Elohims are like our mothers and caretakers. They are extremely empathic as they tend to feel everything. Every living being's their emotions, every living being they feel it. This includes the joy, excitement, sadness, and pain. Therefore, Elohims can feel a lot of emotions, as they feel all the energies of planets, stars, moon, the whole solar systems, and even the entire galaxies. Many Elohim Starseeds have had past lives in co-creation for the galaxy, for the Milky Way galaxy. Some may be in charge of certain planets, stars, the moon, the sun, etc., and create many life forms. I have had access to records of a client and found out one of her origin was her creating planets and life in the Milky Way galaxies, and being like the mother and the inner child creator. The inner child of Elohims are the experience itself. While they are extremely powerful and great beings, their roles are also to have fun, to experience life in a multi-layered perspective. So they choose to incarnate in many places without being picky. They can have incarnations all over the universe. They can also have had many incarnations as different races and species. This can also include animals, insects, even microorganisms to experience everything. That's why Elohims have many starseed origins. Since Elohims are omnipresent, many of them can experience diverse lives simultaneously. It's like I'm seeing a visual where these beings can clone themselves into thousands and then incarnate in many different places all at once. So you are sharing consciousness, or I would say connecting with many aspects of you simultaneously. You could have vivid dreams of yourself in other lives. You could feel exhausted and easily overwhelmed. You are extreme empath that not just you just don't feel your surrounding environment, but beyond that, your mind is going crazy. You may even see aspects of yourself in this lifetime who could be part of you. It's sort of similar to twin flames, but a bit different. I see it as like your clone connected to your consciousness and your soul. Elohims are very connected to their feminine and their inner child because they are the embodiment of creativity and spontaneity. Ever since the feminine has been wounded from grief and loss due to many destructions and chaos in our galactic histories, some Elohims needed to incarnate onto many planets on Earth to heal and do their shadow work. The more powerful they were, the more healing and shadow work they need to do, which is very tough. It is. There's a lot of work and there's a lot of emotions to be released and overcome. Many Elohims feel great sorrow and grief from the destruction of their, of planets, and this includes Lyra especially. It's not just Lyra that was like majorly wounded, but the Elohims were very wounded when Lyra was destroyed. And that it heavily wounded them as well because they are really, really super empaths. Next, let me talk about the masculine side of the Elohim, which was formed later. The masculine role of Elohims is to govern the balance between all life forms, all timelines, and all dimensions of our universe. Elohim does not interfere directly with living beings as they desire to protect free will of every individual. Sometimes if they want to volunteer to help heal our timelines, they may choose to incarnate and anchor out a lot of energies and give room and space for the new to come in to be integrated. Elohim Starseeds can feel absolutely lonely on this place, on planet Earth, as they find it really hard to connect and relate with anyone around them. They can absolutely feel like an outcast even in the spiritual community and the Starseed community. They fail to understand human behaviors, cultures, and norms, and cannot relate with any one of them. They will often feel overwhelmed on this planet, needing to constantly protect their energy, avoid any crowds, to the point of shutting themselves away from society. They are extreme empaths, able to not only feel other people's energies, but feel beyond their environments, the cities, the animals, the ocean, the forests, and even beyond dimensions. There's one question I wanted to ask, and I asked, is that why didn't the Elohim step in to prevent the destruction from negative races? Since the negative beings were destroying civilizations and planets, which are also harming the balance. Many Elohims were unable to eliminate the negative races as they love all life forms equally. They consider them children who have lost their ways. I have seen possible timelines where Elohims took drastic measures to destroy planets and eliminate the negative races away, their planets, their home. I've seen that timeline, that potential timeline that took place in an alternative timeline. And because of that atrocity, or not atrocity, they just removed and eliminated the negative races. Because of that, they've fallen into the shadows, and some even turn negative. Being empathic is very tough because they can get easily absorbed by the feeling of guilt and malice. Negative Elohims values destruction over love. They are also known to be the god of destruction. They live in a negative dimension at this time. But I do see that the Elohim exiled many of the negative races away from this universe into another dimension. So that's why the higher dimensions today are restricted. Like us on Earth, we can't casually access it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video about the Elohims, and maybe you could relate with what I mentioned about the Starseed, or you could be an Elohim Starseed, which is one of the rarest species that incarnated on Earth today. I'm also offering cheap Akashic Records reading, so if you're interested, email me at manifestyouridealdreams@gmail.com. I'll put the description below and on the comment as well. So please share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you on my next video again. Much love and peace.